We are both foreigners living in Czech Republic, right?
Yeah.
We are just speaking about Livance, and during the break, we are trying to explain to Marina what is Livance, which also for me as a French guy, some people are telling me it's like crepe or palachinki, which is absolutely not true. Don't believe that. But anyway, the Czech food for a French guy is a bit something specific. What do you like in Czechia? Tell me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I lived in the UK for 20 years before coming to the Czech Republic, and food here is fantastic. I can tell you that.
Yeah, different points of view, right? So you like food.
I love food.
Good. What else do you like in Czechia?
I love most things. I love the city of Prague. I think it's absolutely stunning. I love people. I have a fantastic team. Most of them are actually Czech. So I do love my team and just people around. And I just love the safety, the greenness, the level of sport you could do here. It's a fantastic country to live.
Nice.
Oh, and I love public transport.
That's the one. No, that's really true. I love also public transport. By the way, the one of Ostrava is better than the one in Prague.
Public transport?
The public transport is the best in Europe. Really? I promise. I will invite you.
Prague is fantastic. It's the best connected city I've ever been to.
I think Ostrava is better. No, really. You need to come. You need to compare.
Maybe I
love
should
Ostrava.
come one day.
You see. Good. They have closed the door, so probably we've got most of the people coming back. If you want to take a seat and...
Let's do that.
So, Marina, I'm really glad that you're here. Gabi was telling me so much about you that I think I know almost everything, but I won't ask any questions. You told me not to ask, so I'm not asking.
I told him not to ask about my age. Everything else is fine.
So, fine, I will not ask. Marina, you shared with us anyway that you would like to speak about the topic which is empowering girls of the future, which is extremely good topic. I like it because I've got 2 daughters, so for me, I will be listening very carefully, and then I will pass that to my daughters. So this topic, very important for me. What can I do as a father to empower them and to help them prepare for their future?
Very good question. I'm going to ask the audience. That's the time for the audience to pay attention. How many of you have kids? Quite a lot. How many of your kids love playing with the Lego bricks? And how many of them are girls? It's a lot fewer, you see? It's a lot fewer than the first raised, and I think that's the starting point, right? I think what you could do, and what we could do as parents first and foremost, but also as a society, is to empower girls. We need to start when they're really, really little. And it starts from, I think everybody has a role to play. Parents, education systems, companies, and also manufacturers like us. So the Lego Group, as you know, we promote fully inclusive play. We believe that play is for everybody. It's for girls, it's for boys, it's also for the adults. So those of you who are at the front, you see we also welcome adults. And one of the things that you probably know and heard is that girls have very different expectations set upon them from the very early age. And it is our job to break those. Right? We all know that girls girls have 3 times more hobbies and passions than boys. And we do know that more than a third of parents do not support girls' passions because they don't think that them being meaningful or additive to the world or additive to their future. And I think it starts from us, and it starts from, we think we've got a role to play. We're a big brand. We're a brand with a very big reach. We're very known and loved. And we've got the role to play. So if you think when we design our sets, we design them for all audiences in mind. So for example, our biggest franchise is Lego City. City is not for boys and girls. Everybody can find their role in it. And what we are learning, girls love playing with the city sets. We also know girls love building cars. We also know, surprisingly, that actually almost a half of our audience on Minecraft are girls. Harry Potter, a lot of it is girls. So actually, I think knowing that, and also the way we build the product and market them, we always make sure that every girl can find themselves in our product. Because to us, building is for everybody, and inclusive play is for everybody. So I think as a parent, the first thing you need to do is not to impose any stereotypes on your girls, because we know that girls have higher and different expectations than boys. Boys play longer than girls. Girls are expected to do better at school by their parents than boys are. And these are the things we have to unravel as the society.
Nice. I'm taking lessons for my daughter. So you mentioned that the way we play with girls or the kids in general can influence the future behaviors and their personal development. Can we really believe that an inclusive play will be closing the gender pay gap in the future?
Well, you can't say that this particular activity alone would do, but I think it is a part of the whole system, right? And we need to start addressing all of the elements of the system. So, just give an example. Lego Group, we have about 3,500 people that work with us, so 3,500 colleagues in the Czech Republic, right? And the composition of our workforce is about 50-50. So 50% of them male, 50% of them are female. If you look at the management structure, so if you look at our trading office, so it's people not manufacturing, more than 50% of our managers and senior leaders are ladies, so they're female. So actually 56% are female. If you then look into our factories, it's a different picture. So we're really struggling for jobs with technical skill. We are struggling to find ladies. And I think that shows the problem. It starts from expectations of parents, how the children are playing, what toys they're being bought for when they're little and don't make their own decisions, to the schools, what schools teach them. And I remember my own experience. I remember very, very vividly when I was a schoolgirl, I was told that physics, you don't need to worry about it. Like, I don't need to worry about physics. I don't need to worry about how the world works, right? I need to focus on history and languages and music. And that wasn't that long ago. And I do think, well, of course, you can't just say the inclusive play, but inclusivity overall, that you shouldn't say this activity is for girls and this activity is for boys. Everybody has opportunity and ability to participate in all the activities. And I think that's why I think inclusivity is such a big area.
Yeah, and I fully follow, because we have also a lot of difficulties to find women in technical positions in engineering, and but nice. I have 2 daughters and 1 son. You have 2 sons, if I'm not mistaken.
I have 2 boys.
As a businesswoman, do you have any strategies for raising them to be fully inclusive, both now and when they will be adults?
Well, one of them is an adult. He's turning 21, so he's an adult, and the second one is 17. But I think, so I have 2 boys, and I've always felt that it's my job to raise feminist boys. And it's really interesting. When I say this, I can hear people question, like with a questioning face, and I say, and actually I heard even like, why should you raise feminist boys? And I just want to make sure that people have said, feminist doesn't mean feminine. Feminist means that you believe and advocate for equal rights for men and women. So of course we all should be feminists. So I do believe my boys are feminists, and I've raised them like this. And my boys, thank you. And my boys knew from the very early age that mum has to work. Mum goes to work every day. And actually, mum loves her job. Right? It's not that she has to, right? Because like it's such a... She actually feels fulfilled by going to work. And they see their mum being happy at work, being fulfilled, being interested, being engaged. They see it, and that will be their expectations of their partners when they grow up as well. I think that's important. So quite often when we talk about empowerment, we talk about girls, but I think we also need to raise our boys so they support empowerment of girls.
Very nice. I would say allies, but yeah, that's. I think boys should be allies and
absolutely allies, yeah, and not just allies. Like, I mean, to me, I mean, I have a very supportive partner. So it's the partner who always supports me, and I wouldn't be able to have the career I have without the partner that I have. And I think it's not just allyship, it's partnership. Like, girls and boys should be partners, and it's not one is better than the other or one has a certain role. It's partnership. Everything in the family is a partnership.
Nice. Some people believe that only strong women with sharp elbows can succeed in today's world. Would you agree with this? And could you share your own career path and how you approach that?
Only strong women with sharp elbows can succeed in today's world, right? There is no scientific evidence that women have less sharp elbows than men, or more sharp elbows than men. We all have the same sharpness of elbows. And I don't think that women need sharp elbows. Women need better support systems. That's what women need. And by support systems, thank you, what I mean by support systems, I think, as I said earlier, that I'm very fortunate that I have a very supportive partner. And I think that's what women need to expect and demand from the society. Support partners that do things together with them. Right? I still have friends who proudly say that their husband have never changed a nappy. Right, men need to, it's not that difficult. Men have enough brain cells to learn how to change a nappy. Right? So, and I think these are the expectations of men more so than women, that it's a support on all the household tasks, not necessarily on money, but raising children is a team sport. It's not a woman and a man job. So I think support system that starts from home is really important. Support system that goes into the workplace. Probably, I'm sure that you've sat through many talks and you know that the woman is at the lowest confidence ever is when she comes back from maternity leave. It's the lowest confidence point in her career and probably in one of her lifetimes. I remember I had 2 kids and I came back when one of them was 4 months old. And I was at a point, I had no idea what I was doing. So having supportive leader, having policies in the workplace that understand what a woman is going through, having ability to have flexibility, having ability to be given opportunities is so important during that time. So when we talk about sharp elbows, frankly, no, you can't just do it with the sharp elbows. You need people who support you. And I do think you need systems and mechanisms and workplaces that understand that. The thing is, I'll give an example. I've recruited one person twice into 2 different jobs, and twice she told me when I was extending her job offer, first time she told me that she was pregnant, and she told me that she fully expected me to withdraw the offer. First, it's illegal, I wouldn't have done that, but the second one, if I recruit somebody who I think have a fantastic potential, of course I will offer them, and I'll wait for them for a year, or whatever it takes for them to come back. And I've done it again for the second time, and this person is doing fantastically well. But this, I think, what it takes, the belief, the support, and consistent support throughout many groups, that what will help a lot more than the sharp elbows.
Agree? Any questions from the audience as we are approaching to the end? Raising hands. We have microphones prepared. I see a question in the middle, if somebody has a microphone. Just here in front of us.
Yeah, hi. Again, my name is Marina. I'm here. Yeah. First of all, I want to say thank you for Lego company because I'm from Ukraine, and where war started, it was a birthday of my son. So he was 10 years old, 24th of February, and I decided to buy for him Lego because he's passionate with Lego, and it was very expensive. And I thought about this week and said, should I buy or no? And so I bought this for him. And thanks God that I bought this for him because it was from Superman, this tower, newspaper tower, I forgot how does it call. And he spent all of this day building this tower, and it saved his mental health, to be honest. I have a lot of pictures, and I will very appreciate for end of my day for Lego company that they created this very, very nice bridge, and he spent this time not thinking about rockets and bombs that fly, but about Lego. But my question's a little bit tricky, I think. It's about your last case. Don't you think that in your situation with this pregnant woman, if you will saw that she's not quite good for this position, yes, and you will tell her, no, we can't take you, but she was pregnant. Don't you think this situation can be turned from the point that, oh, you said this no because she was pregnant? It means, do you have some policy in your company that you describe or you given feedback to people why you can't work with them?
For sure.
To avoid this situation that she can think, oh, maybe you said no because I'm pregnant.
For sure. So the first thing is, I said yes before she told me she was pregnant, and I didn't change my mind. And of course, in every whether it's the Lego Group or every good company, you make decisions based on merit, right? You realize, is it the person right for the job? Is it the person right for the future development? Has the person got the right potential? And then whether they're pregnant or not doesn't make any difference at all, because usually most of us recruit for the long term. Certainly in the managerial positions, you recruit for years and not just for 6 months, right? So of course it's worth waiting for. And I think the important thing is make a decision based on the person's skills, capabilities, abilities, and then it doesn't matter. So, but of course, and that's how you give feedback, why a person is right for the job or not.
Thank you. Thanks, Marina. The time is gone. Unfortunately, it went so fast. Thanks a lot. Very inspiring. A big applause for Marina Edwards, Vice President CIMA region for the Logo Group. Thank you.
And if you have questions, find me in the break.